Let's begin, shall we? Let's see. Do we have a save that... Yes. We're getting into Chapter 5. The Kingdom of Wyvern-Guard, there was a gulf between what was lawful and what was just. People suffered, died, all on behalf of the corrupt powers that ruled over us. The Lord of Cornhaven was drunk on the power of his station, killed his friend in the moment that power was threatened. The headmaster of the academy was cruelly thrown away, forced to realize that he built his legacy on borrowed authority, committed unforgivable acts to cling to it. To the Duke of Commerce, his people were no different than the gold within his coffers. In his hunger, he nearly sacrificed hundreds to sit upon a hollow throne. Rega's inheritor had ambitions of grandeur and had proven herself worthy. Yet she was stripped of her power all the same, drove her to seek liberation in hell. The evilest demons were not responsible for the rot within Wyvern-Guard. They only revealed what was already there. People feared becoming prey, and anxiety suffocated them. Reality had always demanded compromise. Some learned to numb themselves. Some learned how to exploit the world's cruelty. Some felt desperate enough to sell their souls to the devil. It was a rigged game, and sometimes virtues like law or justice felt so alien that they might as well have been fiction. Even if they were, I wanted to embody those ideals all the same. Is it the thing? Is it the thing? Attorney of the Arcane. Tyrion? Oh, did we move in here? It's almost noon. You're gonna get out of bed. I shifted under my blanket. Maybe its warm embrace would surely kill me. I had to admit I couldn't spend the rest of my life in this bed. Eventually I'd have to return to the world to do anything. I was gonna knock over the first domino in that chain. Not yet. Someone is actually here to see you. Not interested. Take another mental health day. Rate you're going, it's gonna turn into a mental health month. You're feeling down, but you gotta get out there. You can't keep freeloading off of Arya. Why not? Isn't her family rich? It's a bit rude, but I suppose I can overlook it this time. Hi! Steelwind! My longtime rival walked into my room, immediately rolled out of bed and fell to the floor trying to avoid her eye line. I had my pride, and she was the last person I wanted to see me like this. Lying on the floor, I tried my best to brush my hair through my hands, while I just stood up. Tyrion, pants! Right, sorry. Steelwind winced as she politely turned her head away. She and Celeste walked out of the room. We'll give you some time to ready yourself. Oh boy. It was certainly something. It's not great, but I don't know what else to do. He's been protecting the house until he snapped himself out of it. Been any incidents with intruders? Nope. I expected the Eye Taker to send someone, but the streets have been quiet. Maybe they know your people are watching the house? We'll just have to hope that that will be enough of a deterrent. Have you seen Ruby lately? I have. She's still practicing. We've even faced her in a few trials. I think she might be colder than usual, but it's hard to tell with her disposition. I don't know what to do. It might be best to give them both of them time. A lot has happened. After taking some time to wash my face and clean my hair, I walked downstairs to my living room. Celeste and Steelwood were sitting at the dining table. Sorry about that. Oh, hello. My personal bodyguard and my closest confidant. She's really the person I trust the most. It's nice to be able to rely on someone. I always feel happier whenever she's around, and she always has this way of brightening the room she's in. She's an adept fighter and has saved my life more times than I can count. She looks really cool while she's fighting. Every fluid movement she makes looks effortless on her part. I get a little nervous when I look directly at her. It's like I'm staring at the sun or a really radiant jewel or something. She always teases me when she catches me staring at her. But she never looks mad. I don't know. Oh my god, you're so down bad. I love you. Daughter of Grand General Lucio Steelwind, leader of Avant-Garde's military. God, she's so cute like that. It's an attorney's runestone. It proves you're a certified attorney. it does, doesn't it? It means maybe I should do something about that.
Repario Arcanum.
No magic happening here. Oh, everyone helped you move this bed from the flea market? Alright. Or her doing most, if not all, of the work. Even though that carrying a bed from frame single-handedly was humanly possible. She didn't even take out the mattress. Ah. It's a fantasy novel that I've been reading through. I had a lot of free time to read through my collection. Did you read that mystery novel I lent you? I did, but I kind of guessed the twist from the beginning. What? How? The author called a lot of attention to the vials she dropped. It's pretty obvious that the nurse accidentally switched them. Are you reading Knives Out? What a sad life you must live to never be surprised. I think I've had enough surprises for the time being. Oh. The stairway led to the second story of my home. I hadn't cleared up the upper floor in a while. It would probably be best to make sure Steelwind didn't wander up there. Are you doing well, Mr. Cuthbert? You seem... I'm fine, of course. Just couldn't help but notice your absence. You haven't taken any other clients since Beatrice's trial. I'm not even sure if I'm going to practice law anymore. What? I did this before because Tamora told me to, and now... Words trailed off. Did you not enjoy it? You were very skilled at it. No, but I need more time to think about this. Have you considered becoming a prosecutor? You did a remarkable job of prosecuting Beatrice. If she'd asked me that last year, I'd just laugh at her offer, but Beatrice showed me that there were criminals that need brought to justice. Steelwind was an iron wall of an attorney. She never had to exploit the system like the other prosecutors in the Crown did. Following her example might not be a bad idea, but a part of me was also tired of following in someone else's footsteps. I'll think about it. Your injury's been healing well. Yes. Nightgrave's skill in necromancy is quite remarkable. That I introduced him to House Asclepius. Asclepius? House Asclepius specializes in the study of necromancy. After Nightgrave's expulsion from the academy, I thought it was only right that he be allowed to continue his studies. Oh. Right. He mentioned that he owed you a favor. It was only logical. It would be a waste to let someone of his talents fade into obscurity. After everything that had happened at the academy, he was still following his own path. Hint, hint. So, should you still be moving around like this? You should take some time off to recover. As much as I would like to, there's been a recent uptick in cases of mage blight recently. Mage blight. I've recalled hearing about that many times. Mage exceeded their stamina by overusing their magic. It would cloud their mind and send them into a violent frenzy. Nobility has been trying to suppress information about these incidents. I'm not there, there's no one to keep the Inquisition from capitulating to their demands. I was actually surprised to see you here, Celeste. Well, I can't just leave him alone anymore. He's ticked off a criminal overlord. They're definitely gonna send someone after him. Oh. Your thoughts are leaking. Get out of my head! What? It's nothing. I am surprised, though. Many people slight the Eye Taker and live. Been known for taking swift retaliation against his enemies. We're hoping he's laying low after his plan with Beatrice fell through. Either that or Ruby's doing what she can to protect him. Supposedly, he's been absent from many of his enterprises. He got fucking diavoloed last time. Either way, he'd need to be dealt with eventually. Unless he's gonna come back being puppeted by a demon or something. By the way, Tyrion, Ruby sent another letter. Did you want to put it with the rest? Alright. Have you spoken to her since the trial? Can we talk about something else? Of course, my apologies. Oh, the tea's ready. Oh, thank you. Some tea sounds lovely right now. Right. I was totally making it for you guys. Oh. Oh. You trotted to the kitchen, taking out two more teacups out of one of my many cabinets. You guys better enjoy this. These are my last bags of... Ah! Oh no! As she was carrying the cups of tea to us, she stumbled and slipped on a scroll case lying on the floor. Caught herself, but the teacup slipped out of her hands. More than leaving this airborne and head toward my face. Big Aqua. That's index finger shot to the point of at the airborne. Shot the point at the airborne tea. Magic took hold of the molten tea, froze just inches from my face. Snatched aside and slowly started to twist her hand. She magically guided the tea back into their cups. You really need to clean this place. I'm your bodyguard, not your maid. Right, sorry about that. It was shaped liquid, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh. That's a bit bit of cruel irony, but that's the spell that killed her father? Oh, I never expected you to. I know. It's just too convenient not to have, and my expertise is transmutation. It's really opened her mind about learning new spells. When I first met her, she only knew how to cast Mage Blade. She hated her magic back then. Imagine how diverse her repertoire would become. Another knock at the door. Could have really done without all the visitors today. I'm already up, I'll answer it. Well, whoever they are, I'm not giving up any more of my money. Any more of my lotus tea. Alright, who's it now? Looked at the peep. Didn't look like anyone else was there. I slowly opened the door. Chain kept it partially locked. No one was on the street, but there was a letter in my mailbox. I snatched it before shutting the door. It's an envelope sealed with candle wax. There's a crest on it. It was the insignia of House Pierce. I quickly opened the letter and read it. Despite clearly being written by Pierce, the paper had been torn in half. The message was clear. I hope you understand. I would never have contacted you and decided that no other choice. I know the truth behind McCoy's true parentage, and I'm aware of how vital this information is to you. As you know, execution is scheduled for next month, and I'm running out of time. I want to trade this information with you. In exchange, you will grant me my freedom. Meet me in the private prayer room within the Grand Cathedral of the Scaled Lord at 2 p.m. You will save me from my fate, or else... What? The fuck? Oh boy. He thinks for a second that we'd even think of helping him. I know how you feel, but are these the answers you've been looking for? I don't care. We're not going to help him. It's never an option, but there's clearly more to this. I agree. How was he able to find out in the first place? The truth is, Celeste, I've also been looking into your parentage. What? I'm sorry for not telling you, but I didn't want to raise your hopes. With the resources available to me, I couldn't find any information regarding your birth. So if you couldn't find anything, how was Pierce able to? Because Pierce is low on the political hierarchy. He shouldn't have access to the resources that I do. Was ruling lord of the land the McCoy Tavern is on. It's true, but I still find this whole situation is quite suspect. Why would he ask for my help? I was the one who indicted him in the first place. If I did agree to help him, it would be nearly impossible for me to get him in an acquittal. It would be a conflict of interest. He must be desperate. Execution is scheduled for next month, after all. It's possible that he reached out tomorrow as well. Can't believe he'd set up a meeting at the Grand Cathedral today of all days. Why? What's happening there? I'm sorry, but it's not my place to tell you. Arya, can I talk with Tyrion alone for a minute? Of course. I'm sure you have much to discuss. What happened as an opportunity? I should also start heading to the cathedral today. Are you getting married? Good luck. What is going to happen at the cathedral? That's terrifying. I'm sorry. I'm sure this is just bringing up bad memories for you. We should meet with him. Are you sure? Not going to help him, obviously, but I had an idea. Probably really scared of his execution, right? He's even desperate enough to ask you for help. Suppose that's true. So, about how stressed he would be if you showed up and refused to help. Oh, Piff! I could use the Eye of Horus on him. Get the info we need without having to give him anything. Really okay with this? You'll have to see him again. Manage. Worth it if we can finally get the answers I'm looking for. This letter had already gotten her hopes up, but there was no guarantee that he actually knew anything. was worried about how this might affect her, but it was ultimately her decision. She did a lot for me. This was the least I could do. Back at it. Oh, man. This is the Grand Cathedral of the Scaled Lord. You ever been here before? Church of Bahamut wasn't that popular in my hometown. Never been the religious type. What about you? It never really got in with me. Apparently my roots tied to the Celestials. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Hey-yo! Your thoughts are leaking again. Can you stop? Can't exactly turn it off, you know? For those mental exercises I told you about. I'm a little annoyed that you've been looking into my mind for the last few months without telling me. It's something I can tell people about recklessly. You and Tamora are the only ones who know. Wait, am I the same level as Ruby? Right now, you're much higher than her. Okay. That seemed to add a cheerful stride to her step. Approach the gates of the Grand Cathedral. There's a large blockade welling off the entrance. A large crowd of sightseers have gathered around the gates. It's closed off. Is there some kind of event going on? We called Steelwind mentioning that she was heading here as well. The building must have been using the cathedral grounds for some kind of private event. I'd explain why Pierce wanted to meet us here. He was probably secluded from prying eyes today. Tyrion Cuthbert. He approached the blockade more than I noticed us. Celeste and me up. He looked Celeste and me up and down. We've been expecting him. I see? I exchanged glances with Celeste. She raised her eyebrow at me. I just shrugged. We went past the gate and into the cathedral. The walls of the cathedral nave towered high. The afternoon sun shone through the stained glass near the ceiling. It certainly inspired awe, but like most things, it was a grim reminder of an excess that the commoners would never see. The pews of the cathedral looked like they could host hundreds of people at a time. It was completely empty, save for a few people standing near the altar. Aside from the servants, most of them were quite familiar, all speaking in hushed whispers. Hello! Spotted Life and Miriam as we walked into the room. Both avoided eye contact with us. Understandable, considering how I'd indicted their sister. As soon as they spotted us, they moved their conversation elsewhere. In the corner of the room, I spotted Von Sanctus and Sybil. I always seemed to spot them together. Maybe they were friends. That is an odd coincidence. As we began approaching them, Von Sanctus flashed us a quick look of disdain. It's his only look. He and Sybil moved their conversation away as well. Finally, there was Prosecutor Steelwind and her father, along with the two princes. Although there was someone speaking to them that I didn't recognize. I noticed as his face darkened and stared the two of us down. The Crown Prince especially seemed surprised to see us here. He and Lucio said something to Arya. I couldn't hear it from where we were. She responded, Astra's eyes widened while Lucio's narrowed. This is a little awkward. It is, but we have some time before our meeting with Pierce. My first time here, too. You want to do some sightseeing? Oh, are you asking me out? We are literally already out. Sure, why not? It picked up this map for the entrance. Type. Map. Map obtained. Type map. Description is a map. Kinda curious about why they're all here. Map. Knave. Ice speaker. Ooh. It was strange. I asked her. Oh, we got Tracker, the bestest boy. What guy? Oh, Garrick Pierce. Miriam Life. Von Sanctus, Corlin Sybil. Monsieur Steelwind. Aster. A lark. Ah, presenting your runestone as always, Mr. Cuthbert. It's a bit of a habit, but maybe I should stop. Don't. You always look so excited when you show it to people. I don't even know what this thing means to me anymore. I mean, it's still useful. You can take pictures and write notes about things other than crime scenes. Sightseeing. Arcane art, photography.
Preparing Arcanum.
Stained glass window. A small ray of sunlight is shining through it. There's an altar at the end of the room. Religious figure would probably give a sermon here. Okay, no, not a wedding thing. Probably a religious holiday. There are rows upon rows of seats for worshippers to sit at. At full capacity, this room could probably host thousands of people at a time. I think I saw Arya over there. We should go say hi. Are you sure? As he approached the group, both the Grand General, the unnamed, and the unarmed noble didn't break their gaze with Celeste. Hello? Nobleman's eyes went to me and then to Celeste, scanned the both of us, saying nothing. He then walked away without a word. Rude. Mr. Cuthbert and Miss McCoy, I'm surprised to see you here. What? Thought you were the ones who invited them. I'm sad to say that I didn't, although I am happy to see you two nonetheless. What brings you to the Grand Cathedral today? You were actually invited by another noble. We have a meeting with him. What? None of the people here are allowed to invite guests. Why did the guards stop you? Oh, they said they were expecting us. What? It was Lord Pierce who invited them. Pierce, that little... I think I granted his request for temporary release. I'm sure he meant no disrespect by it. He probably had his reasons. How could you say that? It's the day of your... He stopped himself and cleared his throat. Thinks because he's a dead man that he has nothing to lose. Be sure to correct that. So what are we doing here, gang? I have to ask, why are all these nobles gathered here? You've taken over the entire cathedral. Everyone seemed to tense up at that. I'm sorry, but I'm not at liberty to tell you that. It's a matter of public safety. I see. It was a little strange, but I could read the room. I said nothing. Said that Lord Pierce invited you here. For what reason? I can't really tell you that. You will tell us if it poses a threat to the nobles in attendance. Please, Grand General, there's no need for that. Mr. Cuthbert would never do anything to put anyone's life in danger. As you wish, Your Majesty. Is the reason why Pierce asked for temporary release? Pierce was temporarily released to attend whatever this was. To event with him in his cell. Why did he pick such a strange location? Lady Steelwind, Your Majesty, the High Speaker is ready to speak with you. Oh, This is smelling more like... This is smelling more like marriage and, crowning. Ascension. Ewan's face ran red as it usually did around the Crown Prince. Her eyes darted around the room. Wonderful. I've been looking forward to this day. Shall we go together, Miss Steelwyn? Yes, Your Majesty. She would like to accompany you. We shouldn't keep him waiting. Okay. Scared Lord. What does she plan to marry him if she can't even get a word out in his presence? Seriously. I also have something important to do. Good day to you all. Little Prince trotted out of the room, his head held high. Isn't that the washroom? Go piss, boy. I'll be taking my leave as well, but make no mistake. My men will be keeping an eye on you, too. Yeah. Go piss, Dad. It was empty now. It was time to move somewhere else. Common bloom? It's actually quite uncommon. Oh, no. Whoa, what are you doing here? Did you follow us? Not intentionally. Trust me, you're the last person we wanted to see today. If they are here by chance, it is because the cosmic balance wills it so. Anyways, I owe a lot to them. You do? What do you mean by that? This is a good question. It's your attorney's runestone. I'm glad you've been keeping it in good shape. Be grateful. You only have access to such sophisticated artificery because of my house's ingenuity. I've been to Arcane, Lord, aware that you stole your designs from them. Aye. Roasted. Destroyed. A ceramic altar was at the end of this room. There were candles on top of it, made out of pure gold. That seems excessive. So light was shining through this glass window.
Arcanum.
Celeste, why are you shouting? What do you mean when you said that you owed us? We played your role well. Your actions have brought to light the crimes of William and Lloyd. I think it's been proven legally. Ooh! It was evident in every other aspect. Okay, they are not friends. Her thoughts were livid, but her demeanor remained blank. I like you. You and William paid off the representatives within my House of Lords. You two made a complete mockery of everything that my noble house has stood for. And for what? So you could temporarily snatch power away from the Steelwinds. I was really thinking about the future of my house. You know Lucio can't be trusted. He executed Lady Ophelia, his own wife. The Grand General executed his wife? Is that what really happened to her mom? He was carrying out his duty. Ophelia committed a crime that demanded absolution. I understand that you cared for her, but you're spitting on her memory by using her to justify your actions. Enough. I've had enough to mourn for today. Oh? Your Grace, this has to have opened your eyes to the corruption in the justice system. You have the power to change it. You have to do something to fix it. The cosmic balance does not demand such. How dare you take advantage of their poor mood to plant your insidious ideas? Why the outrage, Lloyd? Should he have given you and William credit for the idea? Ah. Mr. Cuthbert, have you ever heard of the saying that justice is blind? Yes, I guess so. That saying is incorrect. Justice isn't blind, it must be kept blind. I'm sure I must look like a naive and blind fool to you. Truth is that I've had my own suspicions of William and Lloyd for years. The instinct in my body has been screaming that they were plotting behind our backs. What? However, I could never definitively prove it, not even to myself. Humans are inherently flawed. It is our very nature. They refer to as instinct is simply the drive for an individual's own survival. Okay. Not be arrogant in saying that House Sybil holds the most power among the four pillars. We oversee the exchange of resources between noble houses. We authorize the movement of our forces. The pillars are the arms and legs of Wyvern, but House Sybil is its beating heart. Well? I suppose the problem with trying to intentionally keep, well... God. How do I phrase this? Because... just the feeling of knowing that there's shit going wrong, but not being able to do anything to stop it within the bounds of the rules you set up, because while justice being blind is incredibly valuable, in terms of fairness, I suppose, to speak in metaphor, as we are seeing quite well these days, with justice being blind, you just have a whole bunch of utter pond scum who just decide to find out the most efficient ways to move around behind the back of justice. My finger on the scales of justice would be to disrupt the harmony of our system, disrupt the cosmic balance. Huh. What are you talking about? What even is the cosmic balance? It's the natural order of the world, the guiding philosophy of House Sybil. It's the belief that everything naturally progresses towards something better. So you just expect things to get better without having to do anything. People of the kingdom are suffering because of your inaction. We are aware that House Von Sanctus is misusing his power. Give us $7. $7 will go a long way to help combat the evils of House Von Sanctus. Inaction? You place this blame on me, but what about you? You were once a champion of your so-called justice, but you've stopped your work as a defense attorney. How many lives could you have saved in the month that you spent on vacation? Not his responsibility to clean up your mess. You have no idea how much he's suffered doing this. You're right. He shouldn't bear that kind of responsibility alone. Every commoner has the ability to learn and practice law as you do, Mr. Cuthbert. So why are you one of the few commoners that do so? What I've heard, you're one of the few people who defend mages of the common folk. Every other attorney wouldn't even consider taking them as clients. Perhaps the problem lies in the common... They are fully capable of rising to defend the innocent, yet they do nothing. Okay, never mind, I don't like you anymore. What the fuck? Your Grace, you have to do something! You have more power than possibly anyone else in the kingdom. You have a voice! That's precisely why I can't act so recklessly. Power like mine can't be invoked so clumsily. I must trust that the system my family has built will allow the cosmic balance to guide us to a better tomorrow. Yeah, you're a politician. It's funny that you acknowledge that there's evil happening in the system around you, but you still trust in the system that's actively failing to just work with it. Okay, Elizabeth Warren. Sorry, it just... Not to go real life places, but grinds my gears that we have downright evil as the dominant party, and a fucking Democratic Party. Like, fucking two-party system. We have one party that's downright evil, and we have the other party that's just, status quo. Lords of the status quo. Obsessed with sitting back and fundraising off the basis of losing all the time. And refusing to actually change anything for the better, because in the end, who's backing all of our politicians? Corporate big money. You and me, we just get fucking tossed to the wayside under them. Sorry, I just hate it here. I hate it here. I choose to have no voice because it's my responsibility to make sure that everyone else has one. What about the late Duke of Finance? Look how easily he bent your system to his own ends. Like you were part of that system as well. Akin to white blood cells in an organism, you sought out the infection and corrected it. It was only out of sheer luck! Do you have any idea how badly William's plot could have ended if it had gone any other way? I admit that the House of Lords was far more fallible than I expected, and I'm sincerely thankful you brought it to light. The system is imperfect, but incidents like this allow us to prevent such abuse from happening in the future. The species evolving over history, like a stream smoothing out the edges of stone. The cosmic balance will bring us up to a better future. That said, while I choose not to have a voice, I think yours could be of great help to us. Shortly after her indictment, Beatrice made a plea deal with Prosecutor Steele, and evidence and testimony have allowed us to arrest several seat members within the House of Lords. There are many vacant seats here. Now, would you be interested in having one, Mr. Cuthbert? What? Hold on, you can't be serious! It is that the House of Lords could use a lot more oversight. Something I think you could provide. Of course, I need to consult the other representatives, but I think they'll agree. Give you some time to think about it. Oh boy, we can become a senator! Wait, Colin! The Minister of Justice ignored him and left the room. The Duke of Commerce chased after her frantically. Oh, you pathetic little man. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. It is ridiculous. I kind of understand her worldview in a way. What? She's just using that cosmic balance nonsense as an excuse to do nothing. Think about what it'd be like to have that much power. Everything you do could potentially affect the entire kingdom. Imagine being responsible for the lives of millions of people. Imagine nobles like William, Lucio, and Von Sanctus all trying to manipulate you to get what they want. Don't blame her for not trusting herself to use that power. I don't agree with her, but I'm just saying that I understand where she's coming from. You probably know it better than anyone else. The right thing to do isn't always so plain and simple. I'll admit that she does seem sincere in trying to do right by the kingdom. I suppose auditing the House of Lords would be a simple thing with the Eye of Horus. You gonna take your offer? I just sighed and scratched my head. Problems were already with Wyvernguard's justice system. There's a lot of good I could do if I had a seat at the table, but at the same time, was I really gonna jump head first into this? It's a lot. I'll sit on it for a while. Colin, wait! Oh? You're seriously gonna put that boy in the House of Lords? You admitted that he's a cleric of the theocracy. He can't be trusted. Shut up, Lloyd. Oh, what? Colin, when William orchestrated the deaths of hundreds of innocent people behind my back, yet you feel nothing. What is wrong with you? Well, it was really William's idea. Don't give that trite. Been like this since we were children. Always lick the boots of whoever you think is strongest and hide behind them like a sniveling child. I may not use my voice, but you just parrot whoever is willing to put up to you. Put up with you. I don't! I can see the truth, even if you can't. You aligned yourself with William because you are too much of a coward to go against him. You justified it. You little vendetta against Lucio. Or because the Grand General executed Ophelia, when you never had the balls to even try to win the heart of. You are pathetic. And I personally hope the House of Lords votes to dismantle House von Sanctus piece by piece. I will not make the mistake of trusting you again, Lloyd. Oh. Damn. Destroyed. What? Someone's birthday party? We explored the pathway surrounding the cathedral. They had created a garden around them. We filled with flowering hedges, trimmed with the same reverence they held for the scaled lord. Celeste walked over to the nearby marigolds and plucked with them. Her head stemmed thoughtfully between her fingers. The petals shone brightly, its golden radiance only rivaled by their reflection in her eyes. You okay? She suddenly looked at me. I realized I was staring. Sorry. They had a lot I needed to figure out. I cleared my throat as I quickly walked past her, but I froze when I came across a very peculiar statue. Wow. That's a little out of place. What even is it? If my memory is correct, it's a Pegasus. Hello, friends! Beatrice! And Tracker stood up from a nearby bench. I didn't even notice them. Beatrice was carrying a leash with which Tracker used to guide her to us. She seemed to be staring past me, only turning her head to face our general direction whenever she spoke. It was followed by Eris, who was looming behind her. Eris flashed me a blank smile as I noticed her. Beatrice, aren't you supposed to be dead? I meant to say locked up, but no, it's perfectly understandable. You of all people know what was on my blood contract. Oh? It appears the Empress of Discord isn't going to kill me just yet. Is that really necessary? What? Never mind. Beatrice's sisters followed behind her. Their eyes never met mine. Didn't seem hostile, and all things considered, I preferred their company over the two pillar heads. The eldest figure looked down somberly. She didn't look defeated. It was something else. Was it dread? Is that your attorney's runestone? Why are you presenting it to me? Present it to everyone. Eris did tell me about that. You're calling it a badge for some reason. Why do you call it a badge? You wouldn't understand. The meaning is beyond your understanding. Okay. we have to defeat if we defeat Eris, we might get Ace 37. Let's be real.
Preparing Arcanum.
What is this thing, by the way? We called it a Pegasus earlier. It's a creature of divine origin. And many people believe that the angels of the upper plane rode these creatures into battle. I see. Do you feel some kinship to it? I can only feel its suffering. What? Its face is contorted into an expression of pure agony. It screams out in terror, and no one can hear its pleas for mercy. Queen? I think he's broken. Someone ignorant of its plight has placed some sort of vain party hat upon his head, as if they're mocking its torment, like some kind of demon torturing a poor soul in the fields of Avernius. What are you even saying? I'm sorry. need to take a moment to think about what I've just witnessed here. We all should. Alright, Tyrion, you go do that. Why am I alive? So, you seem to be doing well, all things considered. Right. I suppose you'd expect me to be wallowing in self-pity, crying over the demon that now has ownership of my soul. Nine hells, Heavensborn. I can't stand when you look at me like that. You know, my offer still stands. I can try to help you. Risk of your own soul. Aye. Which part of the contract would you dispute away? Good answer. I'd been coming through a blood I'd been coming through a blood contract for the last month, with every angle of attack, but there was very little room for interpretation. Believe me, I've had years to look it over, but it's impossible to break. I'm sorry. Don't be. You defeated me. I won't suffer your pity. You always meet in the strangest places, Eris. What are you doing here? Requested to accompany Beatrice to this event. After all, I don't have many opportunities to enter a church like this. I can imagine. Anyways, your father still. Oh, if you're worried about him, we've already had a conversation about you. I don't think he'll be accosting you anytime soon. Oh, thank you. That sounds too good to be true. Smart girl. Why'd you pull something like that off? I ate his soul with a plate of fava beans. He looked like a hardened criminal, and he's always had a soft spot for his family. Oof! He also owed me, and I have a way of making people see things my way. Yeah, you sure do. Beatrice just scoffed when she heard that. Beatrice knows the truth about her. She's probably inclined to not tell. So? Wait, if you're here, does that mean that Maranoth is also... Oh, hell no. They never let me bring him here, of all places. He's been guarded by the King's Guard near the entrance. He tries to escape that knight over there is ordered to kill me. Gestured toward a knight who was silently watching all of us from afar. I'm surprisingly calm about this. I've regularly dealt with demons. This is nothing in comparison to that. You've really changed a lot. Considering how I was before, I'll take that as a compliment. Wait, if Maranoth isn't here, how would you know which statue I was looking at? It was a lucky guess. That grotesque statue certainly made an impression on you. Oh, Maranoth just spoke with me. He wanted me to let you know that he can smell your celestial stink from the entrance. Love you too, Maranoth. Pookie. Not going to repeat his response to that. I like that expression of hers. The gruntled. I'm meaning to ask. During the trial, you and Maranoth kept calling me Heavensborn. What does that mean? Do you know about my abilities? What? Do you seriously not know? I know how to issue a divine edict. That's a very advanced spell. I don't really understand it myself, but I learned it after solving a riddle on the Earrings of Vitality. Of course you did. Anyways, I'm quite surprised you don't know about your lineage. Even my mother knew, but I lost her when I was really young. Why are you grinning about that, Eris? I see. You have my condolences. To answer your question, Heavensborn is a human whose bloodline has been touched by the gods. I'm assuming you're not talking about the Scaled Lord. No, I'm speaking of the actual gods. Beatrice, you can't say that here! Oh, come off it. What's the church going to do? Arrest me? Anyways, your blood has been touched by the Celestials of the upper planes. Much like my soul is tainted and tied to the abyssal hells, your soul is consecrated by the heavens. So I am a cleric, then. You are much more than a cleric. Your kind is nearly extinct. And make no mistake, if you find yourself under the wrong circumstances, even you can be sent to hell. Fun. Are there really that few Heavensborn? What about the theocracy to the west of us? Much like mages, the power of a Heavensborn is passed through bloodlines. Many of those bloodlines have been lost over luminous history. Some were lost in the previous wars. Some strayed from the path and were ended by the theocracy itself. Many were ended by these Celestials' enemies. I'm loving the ominous cuts to Eris at moments, which are likely very character building for Eris. Celestial's enemies. Tyrion's mother being killed. Why is Rivendell going through so much trouble to hide from everyone? The theocracy has been this kingdom's enemy since it was created. The Illuminati's greatest weapon is their faith. Rivendell has always feared that faith would infect the people like a sickness and destroy Rivendell from within. So like always, it's all about control. It also runs contrary to the Church of Bahamut. The ancient dragons are also an enemy of heaven. They've done their best to wipe out any religion that worship the Celestials. See, your bloodline is blessed by Celestials. Does that mean that our kids will also be heaven's? Girl, you are jumping ahead a few steps, but also yes. I suppose so. I think my mother was also a... I paused for a moment, processing what she just said. I guess your kids will be heaven's born. Oh! What was I thinking? Okay, okay, so that was your head doing that, Tyrion. Giggity. Wow. If only it were always that easy. Anyways, I'm a little curious about the theocracy of Lumina. Frankly, I'm surprised there's even one Heavensborn living in Rivendell. Why'd your bloodline even find its way here? I suppose I don't really know. Mother never told me much about our ancestry. That makes sense. If the Church of Bahamut knew what you were, they would have definitely hunted you down. And the last thing I needed was another faction that wanted to kill me. Anyways, travel into and out of Rivendell is technically illegal, and I doubt Lord Steelwind would make an exception from you. After all, House Steelwind suffered the most during the Great Illuminite War. Lucio might as well be a veteran of that conflict. Veteran? Vet? No! Oh no! No, hate the vet. I'm not going. Never take me alive. We all watched as Tracker frantically ran for the garden, trampling several flowers and barking loudly. Lionfey chased after him as he began accosting a passing knight. I should go help her. Almost 2 p.m. anyways. We should head to the prayer room. Thanks for answering my questions, Beatrice. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help you with this Empress of Discord. She's closer than you think. There's nothing you can do. Cheeky. Try not to look so defeated. It's almost time for the main event. Why did you bring me here? Oh, who knows? Whatever you're planning to make me do, please. Please don't make me harm my sisters. You're in no position to make demands. Just have to wait and see for yourself. Stay safe, Heavensborn. Oh boy. Ayo? Are you ready? Yeah. At least I hope so. Stand guard outside if you want. And I only need a few moments to look into his mind. No, I'm the one who asked you to do this, and I'm not going to leave you alone with him. Tyrion? Yeah? Thank you for coming here with me. It means a lot. See, I think I just need an excuse to leave the house. It's not just this. You're always looking out for me. You acquitted. You see the truth behind my dad. It feels like I could never repay that. What are you talking about? Past months, all I've been doing is relying on you. Celeste, I was gonna tell you something at the Lord's... Oh, you're gonna get interrupted again. Oh, I didn't really know how to say it, but... Wait, we're talking about this now? Like something always happens, so, deep breath. Celeste, It's trailed off. Celeste, you were very, Even though it was happening again. Come on. This second, I was fairly certain she felt the same way. Get one last breath. Air filled my lungs. My heart was pounding, getting to form in every crevice of my suit. Pushed everything from my mind. The fear, anxiety, hesitation from leaping over the chasm. I steeled my resolve, and Garrick is gonna pop in. I was Tyrion motherfucking Cuthbert. I wouldn't let anyone stand my way. Man, king, or God, most of all myself. Dr. Koi, I love... Steelwind? Ah, Arya! Peace! How long have you been standing there? Well, I knew you'd be here around this time. I wish you luck, but then you two seem to be in the middle of something. I was going to leave, but then I got worried I'd draw attention to myself. Stop on my account. I'll just get out of your way. Just to get it away, I saw something fall out of her pocket. It was a runestone. Oh, Arya, you dropped something. As Celeste went to pick it up, she accidentally activated it. Which of some evidence appeared for a brief moment, but Arya quickly snatched it from Celeste's hand. Wait. Is that why everyone's gathered here today? Celeste, don't just invade her privacy like that. Don't be like that. I'm really happy for you. Thank you. Good luck. Smooth, sexy jazz. Part of me really wanted to know what she saw, but one of us had to exercise some self-restraint. Winds I had led my sails were long gone. Nothing left pushed me forward. She silently walked over me and planted a kiss on my cheek. Oh! I jumped back and went to when her lips had made contact. Just swayed playfully and giggled as she watched the embarrassed look on my face. Tyrion, I already know. You do? Then... Still not saying it before you do. What? Been stringing me along for a month. That's what you get. Fine. I guess that's fair. Time for the meeting was approaching. Late. Fine. There's always a next time. Honestly, this next part would be far easier than saying with words. Straightened my tie and wiped the sweat from my brow before entering the prayer room. Oh. Ah, you finally arrived. I suppose this means you've finally decided. What? You two? We got your letter. Letter? What letter? Sent us a letter, Pierce. You knew who Celeste's parents were. I did send that letter, but not to you. What? What's going on? So the final act begins. Oh boy. Please, Grand General, I think you're overreacting. I'm sure this is just a practical joke. Grand General ignored him and continued taking swings at the force field with his great axe. Lucio, you are well aware that you cannot destroy this cage with brute force. Since every time I come across it. You, what are you doing away from your post? I had said nothing in response. He left the room through the east exit. What? I'm suspicious. Uh-oh. Where are they? All the times for those two to disappear. I don't think she's trying to escape, do you? So I wouldn't put it past. Ayo? Lazaric Asclepius. Hey. Lord Asclepius, did you find Beatrice? Didn't, but there's something else. Someone just trapped His Majesty in a force cage. What? No, did Beatrice? Is force cage even in her compendium? By the way, I think it's safer if we reconvene with the others in the nave. King's Guard are forming a perimeter while they wait for the force cage to disappear. Be safe there. She'll be fine. She always is. What is your relationship with things? Suppose you're right. Cracker, let's go. Cracker said nothing. He was growling at the pathway leading north. Cracker, I said let's go. I smell evil rats. Chase the rats after the funeral. Let's go. Yes, Queen. Duke and the minister turned the corner and fled into the common room. Their assailant wasn't far behind, but hopefully they'd lost her. No, this must be some mistake. No, Miss Steelwind, she would never do this. Can't think about that now. Just have to hope that she won't think that. Look here. Oh no. Lloyd tried to check Corlin for any wounds, but she just slapped his hand away. Lloyd, just teleport away. Choose a place where your mage blight won't hurt anyone. I am not leaving you alone with her. Do you think your recklessness will earn my forgiveness? Just go. I don't know if she's coming. Arya Steelwind turned the corner and stood at the room's north entrance. She walked toward the two pillar lords without a word or hint of emotion. Arya, please. I don't know what your father told you, but there has to be another way. You don't need to give in to our primal urges. You're just another bloodthirsty Steelwind. You barbarians have no place in our kingdom. Lloyd, look out. Corlin tackled Lloyd as she foresaw an attack from behind. crossbow bolt would have pierced Lloyd's heart if she had damped it. Instead, the bolt pinned itself in the back of Corlin's shoulder. Oh, damn! Corlin! It's fine, I can heal this. But we can't have that, can we? The shooter stepped into the room from the south entrance, crossbow in hand. Ari had done a wonderful job of driving the two of them here. After all, is this your accomplice? Show us your face, you coward! The assassin said nothing and aimed his crossbow at the two of them. Lloyd stayed silent, but suddenly started breathing more heavily and haggardly. Ah! Duke of Commerce turned and tackled Ari to the ground. Again, her face was blank. She didn't seem to be bothered at all. All she did was struggle to break the Duke's grip on her. The assassin was about to shoot, but cursed under his breath once Ari was brought to the line of fire. He had said, "Oh?" It wasn't her time yet. She needed to live through this. Lloyd cursed at himself. Even he was wondering what he was doing. It was as if his body had moved on its own. No matter why had he refused to teleport away as Corlin asked. He had a bunker specifically designed for this. I would have blamed him. He wasn't meant for combat. His thoughts were spinning around in his head, but they were being pushed away, overridden by something he had never felt before. Corlin, run! Get away from here! But go! Mister hesitated, but her survival instincts won over in the end. She ran past Lloyd, who was keeping Arya pinned to the ground. She cried as she ran in terror. The assassin leveled his crossbow at her. He growled in defiance. He shoved Arya away and formed a cross with his arms. Protect! When stone layers suddenly formed to cover the entirety of the Minister of Justice's body. I am a rock! Crossbow bolt whizzed past Lloyd, bounced off of Corlin's hardened skin. She had gotten away. Scone skin doesn't require concentration, does it? Not bad, Lloyd. Who the hell are you? Assassin flicked his head toward the hallway that Corlin ran to. Arya immediately stood up. Arya, end her. I'll handle the Duke. The word Arya sprinted for the common room to pursue her prey. The assassin just shook his head in disbelief as he leisurely began to load another bolt into his crossbow. Scared Lord, Lloyd. When did you grow a spine? Huh. What do I have to fear from you? I am Lloyd von Sanctus, the Duke of Commerce and Master of Abjuration. So come on! It's time you learned your place, you wretch! First and last time in his life, Lloyd von Sanctus stood his ground. Come on, just tell us the truth, Pierce. You're the last person I would give this information to. Getting more and more stressed, it was even easier than last time. A little more and I would. Crash rang out from outside. What was that? Take a look. Stay here and keep the door closed. What? Are you just gonna leave us here? He's right. We don't know what's going on. Just stay together. Don't worry, there were 2 guards outside. They're for the King's Guard. You'll be fine. Not what I'm worried about. Trust me, Tyrion. When have I ever lost a fight? She had a point. Fine, just be careful. Yeah. What? It's been almost 10 minutes since Celeste went to investigate the noise. I wanted to open the door and check on her, but she told me to keep the door closed. The last time I disobeyed her orders, I got taken hostage and made her job 10 times more difficult. Pierce seemed extremely on edge. He was sitting at one of the tables and impatiently tapped on the wood with his fingers. So you never intended to send that letter to me? Who did you send it to, then? Was if I would ever tell you that? Look at me, he had accumulated enough stress by now. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Even if I wasn't the intended recipient, you said that you knew who Celeste's biological parents are. Who are they? Are you seriously focused on that now? One last push. Now he's going, Christoph Gavin. Answer the question, Pierce, or reveal this letter to... What's that? Somnia. What? What is this? Luminous vapor spilled into the room, with faint glints of magical light. All over me, I could feel my entire body becoming heavier. I started to slump over. My body was being pulled toward the ground. A sleep spell? Oh boy. Magical mist in the direction that they stretched their palm. Oh boy. I miscalculated. No. Got here, that means Celeste. With everything I had to stay awake, but it was impossible. They were closing on their own. My eyelids were being dragged down. I myself fade away, but I made one last desperate attempt to keep my eyes open. No. Beatrice. I entered the prayer room at 2:30 p.m. Drifting in sleep, but I soon heard her voice echoing in the distance. "Man, Tyrion!" Oh no. "Celeste! Tyrion! So sorry, I should have listened to you. I should have never left you alone with him. It's okay." Tears were streaming down her face. I've only ever seen her like this one other time. Her tightly against my chest, practically clinging to me, shuddering with each sob. I just stayed quiet and embraced her as she cried in relief. When was I out? Scanned the room, seeing that there were other people here with us. Commander White was leading a group of knights. They all had their weapons drawn and were surrounding someone who was lying unconscious in the room with us. It was Steelwind? Commander, I understand your position, but there has to be another explanation. Look, Your Majesty, I feel about this the same way you do. It has to be a case of mage blight. I looked around the room and saw a pool of blood at the end of one of the tables. There was even a chalk outline outside of it, around it already. A horrible realization came over me. Celeste, where's Pierce? She just looked away from me, tears welling up in her eyes again. I don't know how to tell you this, kid, but he's dead. What? Honestly, consider yourself lucky you're in one piece. If you're paying the mage girl, it's not enough. But who? I looked at the knights who had all their weapons pointed at the prosecutor. You think Steelwind did this? It wasn't just Lord Pierce, Mr. Cuthbert. We also found the bodies of Lord Von Sanctus and Lady Sybil. Oh damn! All of us were attacked, and several members of the Kingsguard have gone comatose. I would have believed it, but several people saw Steelwind acting off at the scenes of each of the murders. We also found her unconscious here. Pierce's body was lying next to her. No, it wasn't her! I saw Beatrice before I passed out. She was the one that knocked us out. Beatrice? What the hell is going on? Suddenly the knights surrounding Steelwind began shouting. The prosecutor regained consciousness. Maria rose limply, still half asleep. Her body was swaying as if it was taking all of her energy to sit upright. Her eyes slowly scanned the room, noticing the knights who were surrounding her with their weapons drawn. She then noticed the blood on the floor. Her eyes became wide. They raised the palms of her hands. Her gloves were dirty and ripped. Commander White, you need to put me in a holding cell. Needs to be one with an anti-magic field. What? I'm not in control of my actions. I need to go now. What are you talking about? Now is not the time. Do it, Commander. Right. She lay down flat on the ground, placing her hands on her head. Even in her own arrest, she was taking the lead. I have the right to remain silent. Anything I say or do can will be used against me in a court of law. Watched the Inquisition placed a pair of manacles. Manacles around her wrists? We exchanged glances before she left the room. She just looked down, defeated. Yeah, but what happened? I know you have many questions, Mr. Cuthbert, but we should make sure that you're okay. Yeah, there's a necromancer in the nave. I still had no idea what happened when I was asleep, but I could feel weariness still holding my body. They both helped me up. They noted the current time. It was 3:12 p.m. Whole band. Alright. This is gonna be spicy. Until next time. Until then.